Oh, hi, you're here already. Quickly, one coffee, I'm coming. Give me a second. It's loud. Today, we're going to talk about Mendix Studio Pro for Mac. And as soon as my coffee is ready, we're going to start. We're going to talk about the Studio Pro for Mac, check, review it. And at the same time, we're also going to build the iCloud My Find iPhone or something, and display the devices I have from Mac, Apple, on a map in Mendix. So stay tuned. I quickly grab my coffee and then I'm gonna be back. Wait. So there we go with my coffee. Let's start. What we want to do first is we want to download Mendix Studio Pro, the latest version. I think I don't have it yet. So when we go here in Mendix Studio Pro, in the developer portal, my recording screen, yeah. Here we can see the 11.5, 25 November is the latest. The macOS is in beta. Unfortunately, it's still in beta. How long has it been that the first macOS was released? January 30, 2024. That's almost 2 years. I hope soon we're gonna have a non-beta, like how do you call a non-beta? Alpha? No, I don't know. The full version. Let's download this one. So it's downloading, and I also want to download the one for Windows. Because I want to kind of compare them. So I'm gonna go in here. That's my parallel desktop, by the way. That's this one here. That's this one here, and I'm running on a MacBook M4 Pro. I'm gonna go also here in Chrome to Mendix. As long as this is downloading, if you have any requests for a topic, what you want to know more in detail. I already got feedback for OIDC module, I guess it was. Someone also wanted to know more about the specs for a Mac to run Mendix Studio Pro and different things. So feel free to comment below what you want to know. I'm gonna always put them on the agenda, and then once it makes sense, I will definitely create a tutorial for it. Okay, let's go to web sign in. It will sign with my account. I hope the correct one. And then I have this. Let me close this one. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create a new app and say blank template. Look, that's kind of awkward. Like, it's a small detail, but I would expect it to be here in the middle rather than here. Let's call this MX iCloud or something. And enable online services, I will say no for now. Create app. And then it will open me Studio Pro. And while it's doing that, let's also launch the Windows version to compare it both, right? Because I can't remember always how it looked like in the Windows one. So here also web sign in. I hope the correct account. Yeah, it seems like it. Also create new app. Interesting. Here it looks different to create a new app. Here I'm getting this screen, but I didn't get it in a Mac. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. Then here, blank web app, use this as a starting point. Now I'm getting the screen that I had earlier. I will call this Mendix iCloud Windows. Enable online services now, create app. Okay, now this is the first screen. Okay, let's exclude folder. Okay, yes. So this is the screen what I'm getting on the Windows. Yeah, Mendix Studio Pro 11.5. And this is what I'm getting on a Mac. So when I check this, first of all, I want to go in full screen. So here, this right pane, I don't know, is very large. Here it's actually optimal. That's perfect. And The first thing what I will do is I will configure my Studio Pro, the view in a way how I like it, what I want to have. So first I'm going to do it in Windows, and then I'm going to check if I can do the same in the Mac version. So let's go to Windows. So what do I have here? I have the properties, the toolbox, the connector, the marketplace I don't really need here. When I download, then I download. The Maya I like to put here on the right bottom. Makes it kind of easier. That's the AI agent, basically, assistant. And then on the bottom we have variables and breakpoints on the right side. That's perfect. We have find results 1. What I also like to have is find results 2 and put that in here. Next to it I have the debugger. The debugger I basically put here, the errors pane, the best practice. That for now I will close. When I need to use it, then I will just open it. And then the console, okay, all cool. Then what else? Let's check in the view. App Explorer is here. Best practice call hierarchy. So here the call hierarchy is not shown by default, but here it is. And it's a new feature I didn't test yet, but I will still put it in here. And then I will put the Page Explorer to the right and the App Explorer to the left, as it is already here. That's interesting. Here it was different order. So then, what else do we have? We have the changes, we have the history. Oh, that's also new, I guess. Let me put that in here. History. This is a version. Okay. For now, I will close this. I don't need this one. Connector, console, extension, documentation, integration. Yeah, integration maybe not bad. Then marketplace. Okay, that's pretty much it, what I need. So then let me close this. Let me close this. So this is basically my Studio Pro setup. But actually, sorry, let me also check one thing more. In the preferences, what we can do is enable autosave now. Deployment, I don't do here anything. For Maya, everything is enabled. As an MVP, I have to test, of course. So I will enable this all. Then model, when prompted by a widget to automatically fill its content, select yes by default. No. Version control, work environment, yeah, dark. Default pages, I like the structure mode a lot. Then tab limit, the navigation buttons here. Then what else we have? Okay, I didn't check those things. Enable the visual builder as a default XPath editor. I will give it a try this time. And okay, new features. Use non-blocking searchable history pane. That's out of scope for this video. Use the modernized thing. That's experimental. I will keep it for now. I think that's good. Okay. Then let's go to the Mac version. So first of all, I'm going to put this here to the right. Then Maya. Okay, it seems like I can't really move it to the bottom. Here I can just drag the things and put them accordingly in the screen, but this one doesn't really work. But then let's put properties here, toolbox here, connector here, integration there. Okay, that means in Mac it's like this. You can't really put it on the lower screen. But is it the same with variables? No. Okay, this is really something which is, I think, priority 1 to change, because the variables, if I can't put them like split the screen here, the pane to the right, then it's very ugly to debug, because when I'm debugging and I click step over, I want to keep track an eye on the variables here. And in this setup here, for example, I can just use the debugger, step into, step out, step over, and I can see here in the variable section automatically the variables accordingly to the step I'm in updating. So this definitely would make me not use the Studio Mac. Mendix, if you're watching this, please That's number one. That's definitely number one to solve. Yeah, then let's check also the view options here. So we have the App Explorer, the best practice I don't need. So let me close this. Okay, that's at least possible. Then call hierarchy, we had already changes. We have history is there. Okay, they put the history. Oops. They put the history in here. So maybe I will put the, where's the history gone? Now I put the history. Let's put it. Okay, I didn't put it in the first place, but good to know. Yeah, the order is not always the same. But so history, then what else do we have? Connector, is the connector there? Yes, it is. And then extensions, console. What? The console is not here by default. Or is it somewhere else? No. Okay, let's put the console. Yeah, this is also, there should be default actually. So let's put the console in here, this one in here. Then find error list, also not. Why? Why is that not per default here? Here it is, right? Yes. Okay. Then integration, Maya, I have. Marketplace don't need. Page Explorer, I had already. Okay. And then the breakpoints. And of course, I can't put them either. Okay. And what else did I forget? Integration connector, toolbox. Okay. I think I have everything. Okay. At least I could set it up. Looks very similar. I have the right pen, and here the below things. The only problem is that I couldn't split the panes like here, right? Like this options. I don't have them yet. I hope soon we will have it. Okay, then the next step. Let's talk about how to include my devices, my Mac devices, in my Mendix application, like display them with the location, like the location I am right now here. We're going to see it on a map with the list of my devices. So I researched like ways how, if there's an iCloud API, but I couldn't really find anything except of one Python library. We call it like GitHub repo, sorry. And in that, someone reverse engineered, I guess, the iCloud API. So I'm going to make use of it. So what I did is, so it's called iCloud, and it's this one here. With this one, you can basically get the list, authenticate with iCloud and get the list of your devices. What I did is I took Google Anti-Gravity. I told Google to, or Gemini, sorry. I told Gemini to basically fork the repo and then create the Python Flask wrapper over it. So I can, when I run this application, I can basically see, I have endpoints for the authentication, for the device list. So as you can see here, that's the Python wrapper. So what it does is I have the authentication login function and endpoint, and I have the two-factor authentication. Then I have the endpoint for the devices. I have the endpoint for one particular device, and I'm going to make use of this. And I will just run this application on my local host, which is already running, I guess. And then I will just make an integration with my Mendix application to display the devices. That's a workaround, and it's just for the purpose of this video. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing what I'm doing right now is I'm going to create a new module just for the integration part, right? I will call it iCloud, and then I will put here the module, and I'm going to first create the REST, consume the REST service. And then I can call this REST iCloud API. Click on here, and I get this. So what do we have here? We have here a list of requests we can create. We have the method, how to do the request. we have the endpoint URL here, we have parameters and headers basically based on which method I'm using. So first of all, I'm gonna put the base URL in here, and that one is running locally on my machine. That's the IP and that's the port it runs, and I click on OK. And the first thing what I'm gonna do is what was the endpoint? Let me check. It was the out login. So I will put here out login. It is a post method. So I'm gonna put here post, and it wants my username and password. Of course, you would never just write your username and password like that in here, but to not make it too complicated, I will just write it in here, and then of course I'm gonna blur that out. So let me do this. That means I have the username and password in the body as a JSON, which is very bad practice, best practice, but as I said, just to not make it too complicated now. So when I click on send, I get the response logged in successful. That's great. Then let's actually rename this request to out login, and then okay, underscore, let's out login. Okay, and then let's also add another request, and that's basically the devices list. And can I now just click on send? Oh yeah, it worked. Crazy. Yeah, and then when I have the devices, so I think, I'm not pretty sure, but I think the way how anti-gravity like Gemini built this thing is that it relies on the session cookie, and I'm not sure if here in the REST consume somehow it has that session cookie thing. Usually what I got when I was testing it, I had to after that do a two-factor authentication, and then I had to show like put a code and so on from my iCloud. I'm not yet sure how that works, but this is out of the scope. I just want to display the device list, and somehow I got it now, and I also give my plain login credentials. So I have this. So what I can do now is, with the response, I can go in here and create this JSON. So I'm actually even gonna, this time, I think the flatten type, is it all one, right? Yeah, I will take the flatten and simplified structure. It's basically the same, right? The thing is, for example, this root has a one-to-one here. This one has a one-to-one to features. So it's basically the same if you put those attributes into that entity, because it's always one-one. So let's just do it like this and create the entity. And here again, like it's so low, I would expect it kind of here in the middle. But let's say okay. And then let's go to domain model, and then I can see here, perfect. I will also change the name to device. You always take singular, never plural in the entity. And then device. And what I'm gonna now do is, I'm gonna add a page where I just display the devices in a table, just like that. So let's click add page. Okay, I'm getting this. So here are some interesting templates. Let's go with a blank, and let's call this device overview. And then click on OK, enter. Okay, that doesn't work. Command enter, also not. Ah man, I have to click on OK. How is it with the Windows? When I go in here and click add page, and then I go blank, and then I go in here and say device overview, and I click enter. Okay, command enter, CTRL enter. Okay, how does that work? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, then here, now that's the way how it looks like when I create a blank page in the Mac version. That's the structure mode, and the design mode is this. When I go in Windows version, that's the structure mode. That's what I'm used to for many, many years. And that's the design mode, which looks, the design mode is pretty similar, it seems like, but the structure mode on the Windows and on the Mac looks different. Look here, that's a column. So when I want to add a table, let's say, right, a data grid, what would I do? So first of all, I have here the column, and that's the layout grid. And here the layout grid is this. So that's the column, that's the row, and that's the layout grid. And here, that's the column. It's so difficult I don't like this, to be honest. But I think there was something wasn't there this option? No, did they remove it? Okay, I think that's why working with a page explorer, I never really use page explorer that often, but it seems like here I would make use of it because it's not the best from the look and feel. But yeah, let's go in here, that's the column, and let's add a data grid. And maybe it's also just because I'm used to the old one, all right, that's maybe I have to get used to this new way. For sure there are like benefits. So let's put data grid 2 in here. Okay, that already looks better. And this data grid, I want to have a data source. So I double click on it. Here I have the data source. Okay, so this is how it looks like when I edit the data grid. How does it look like here? How would I have done it here? I would have just gone and said add widget. Okay, look, that's the nicer thing about the other one. I could just click the plus. Here I click, okay, here I would add the data grid like this. Double click on it. That also looks different. So how does this look? Page, so what do I have? General. Here is general, that one. Here, here's more. Selection, where is the selection here? Behavior, selection. Okay. So they put the behavior there. Then the columns, here the columns, but it's like this in here to add a column. Here, you add it like here, okay. And then we have the rows. Do we have the rows here too? No. Wait, I'm on a column here. The rows. What is here with the rows? Page size, virtual scrolling, and so on. That's behavior, right? That's pagination. That's interesting. The wording is also not the same. But yeah, I think they will be by time put together. Personalization. Yeah, it's kind of different how you do the things, but personalization is the same, right? Yeah. Okay, then let's go on the Mac again. Data source, let's click on edit. Let's say it's coming from a microflow. And that microflow, I will click on select, and then I will create a new microflow. I will call it data source device list. Click on OK. Click on OK. Do you want to clear the contents? Cancel. Cancel. Okay, and then let's go back to my device list first, and then okay, let me actually try to not use the mouse that much. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a send REST request. But how do I go back to that now? I can click here. Okay, that's nice. How can I select now? That would be great to somehow get the selection. Okay, and then I will select here the let's take the login first to log in. Then click on OK. Okay, there's something wrong. I need parameters. Okay. I hard-coded the login details and I didn't put it as parameters. I will keep it for now like this. But please note, this is not the best practice at all. That's even bad practice what I'm doing. So don't do this at home. So the login. And then what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to again call the no rest. Oh, I can't mark this all. It's not possible. Oh no. Okay, that's annoying. So I have to delete it like this. So Command A didn't work here. So rest, send rest request. And then I'm gonna go in here and then say request. Oh, I called it just request. And then it returns the device list. And that device list, right click and return as well as a value here like this. And when I go back to my device overview, now clicking on the data grid, what I'm actually gonna do now is I'm gonna change this first, okay, and I'm gonna change it back. So because I want that, yeah, that this pops up, and here let me actually do following. Let me take the battery level, battery status. Let me take the device color, device class, device display name. Look, that's kind of annoying. Like I click here, device model, it jumps to the up. Why? But can I at least do like this, for example? Device status. Space doesn't work. Man. Okay, device status. Okay, it jumped here because this was highlighted. And every time when I click here, it goes there. That's why. Okay, let me put this back. Let me quickly select some attributes. Okay, I made some selections. I also added the location data. I click on OK. And then we have this. So new device I don't need. I will also remove the delete and edit button. Wow. Okay. What is this? This is a design mode. In the design mode, it looks like this. So those are columns. And in the structure mode, I have suddenly vertically. And yeah, let's continue in the design mode maybe. So we have this all. Basically, we have it. Let's just run this application. Let's go to the navigation and put here a new item. Let's call this device overview. Let's maybe select the phone here like this, and then say on click show a page. And then let's go and take device overview and click on OK, and let's run this. Save and continue. What I can tell definitely is that Studio Pro on for Mac is much faster. So when I click, the things are reacting very fast. When I run, it seems to be also run faster. Overall, it's a very smooth experience. However, though, there are some things like with the pane splitting, but also some shortcuts not really work, right? For example, and some little details which are not really working. And I have a error here. Why? Oh, 8080 is already in use. Maybe I'm running there already something. Let's change this to 8081. So if you didn't know, you can change here the port where your app is running. Let's run this again. Yeah, it's so much faster. And yeah, I think it's going in a very good direction. In 2 years, maybe I would have expected more, but let's see how fast this is going to evolve. So now open this application. I opened it in Chrome, my default browser, and then I go to device overview. It will make the request, so log in and then get the device list. If everything works, yes, perfect. You see, I'm an Apple, how do you say, nerd? So AirPods Pro 3, iPhone 13, MacBook Pro, that's this one. iPhone, okay, to be honest, I don't have all of these devices still. Like I don't have the iPhone 16e. I don't know why it's appearing here. What the heck? I don't have such a thing. Is this the same coordinates? That's here, right? What? Where is this iPhone? It's the same, right? We're gonna check where this is located. I don't know. And 203. Okay, I don't know what that means. It has a location. Okay. But then we have this. So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna put that on a map and then see in a map and make it a little bit nicer to design. And I think the design mode here is pretty good for that. So let me actually do following. Let me go to the page explorer. Let's remove the whole data grid. Okay, I click right click and then it will delete. So then when I'm gonna go and to the toolbox, do I already have a map here actually? Let's type map. Yes, nice. Let's put it in here. So we have a map in here and let's go. So how does that work? Good question. I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna find it out. So let's maybe take Open Streets because I don't need an API key there. And then what else? Scroll to zoom, dimensions. Okay, that's all what I don't need. Then marker list and marker. Show current location marker. Shows the user's current. No, I don't need that. But this, based on latitude and longitude. So, and this, how do I give it a list? Edit, parameters. So now you will see how I'm gonna try to figure out how that works. So I give here a latitude, for each marker. But how do I make the, I have a list. So this is the list. Okay, perfect. So I take the list, I go to my microflow, which gives me my device list. So here data source based on latitude, longitude. So I selected from my device entity. That was the latitude, then the longitude, the title. I can put here the, what did we have? Well, it's good. Let's put the device display name, and on click, we can check that later. And marker style, image. Do I have maybe a phone or something? Or device, gadget. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's just take the default. Click on OK. Cool. Now I'm excited. Let's run this. Save and continue. Hey, it's much faster. Like that, I like it. I like that it's so much faster. I hope it evolves soon much better with the details we found. So I think it's doing the request before rendering, or does it make an error here? Wrong listener type. It's a warning. Okay, I think it didn't work how I wanted to be working. Oh no, okay, I wasn't on the page. Whoa, nice, let's go. Okay, now you know where I am right now. And what we have here, we have the iPhone 17 Pro, we have the AirPods Max, and we don't have anything else because it's probably overlaid. How can we change this? Let's make actually also following. Let's make here another column in that row. Oh, sorry, how do I add a column? Insert, not this. Okay, let's do this 9, the map, and here. Now I want to add how do I add a column? Man. Here? No. Here? I go to structure mode. And here? Where do I do it? Man. Okay, is it in the layout grid? Oh man. Okay, that's really like, I just want to find out how to add it. Okay, I'm here on a column. And I click here, right click, add column right. There's for sure a better way to do it, but intuitively, that didn't really work for me. And then let's put here, I think list views don't exist anymore, right? List view. I think instead we use gallery widget. Oh, it's still in the Mac and the Windows. Is it still there too? Here, toolbox. Ah, yeah. I swear I thought the list views are gone, but they are better like this. And then a list view. Let's also take the same. Okay, and then I'm gonna do basically twice calls, because the map is using the microflow and the list view is using the microflow, which is again not best practice, but again it's not the point of this. I could have prepared better, to be honest. Sorry for that. On click, no, not the on click one. I want the data source. Microflow. Device list, okay. And then automatically no. And then what I'm gonna do in here is I'm gonna add the layout grid. And then in that layout grid, I will, again, I need a column, a second column. Bro, how do I do this? Add column right. And then here I'm gonna put the device type, so text, and the text is gonna be new parameter value device type. Is there class? I think it was class. And then I'm gonna put here, oops, like this, device class, okay, okay. And here I'm gonna put the text and the name. And then here the display name, and click on OK. Okay, okay. And then what we can do is, so what is the error? Ah, that's also one thing. Here's an error, and it doesn't really show here the badge. In the studio, look there, you can see when there is an error. So that's one thing also as a feedback, Mendix. What is it? On-click action. So, okay, the on-click, I don't want an on-click. On-click, do nothing. Okay. And what we actually can do is we can make this map to show only one device. So let's run this first. Save and continue. Yeah, I love to run the app if it runs that fast on a Mac, I swear. That makes it all faster. So here, opening the map, it does the request. And then it shows here the device list again. And here again, the pin markers. So what we can do now is, look, it's different devices now. What we can do now is we can make this clickable and only show then that device, okay? So we have here the list view, and we had here the maps which takes the list, like the microflow. But let's do like this. Let's make a data view around this map. So add widget, then data view, and the data view is in here. So let's put the map into the data view. And the data view is going to listen to a widget. It's going to listen to my list view in here, not automatically fill. And then in the map, instead of the list, I'm going to take this now. And I think it should be now, look, that data view. Now it will be only displaying one object, one device, which is the one clicked in the list view, selected in the list view, okay? That's the listen to widget. And now I can say the map, okay, from that one single device, the latitude, where was it? Latitude is this. I don't know about this. And then I can put here. And then the longitude is this, okay. Let's put like this. Oops. Okay. And then the title is the device display name. Okay. Do you have an idea how Mendix could improve that we don't have to write the in brackets the one? like some automated process. I think that takes always so much time. So, and then click on OK, click on OK, and then let's see what's gonna happen. I'm very excited now. I can't tell like how fast it is. That's great. So now it does a request for the list view, login, getting the devices. So what is this? AirPods 3. Yeah, it took this, but that's not the correct language. So in the MacBook, where are you, MacBook? So I click the MacBook. It didn't find it. iPhone 17, AirPods, iPhone 16. Oh, here's the iPhone 16. So okay, oh, that's from my sister. That's at home. Okay, okay, I have to check that. And AirPods 4. So the strange thing is, I think the problem now is that here in the map we set for the precision, look, we set 2, but what if we make it just auto? Because then it doesn't really take it completely, right? Let's go on OK. Let's run this. Interesting. I think the phone of my sister is connected with my iCloud. So now again, app is running. Let's go in here. What happened? So now it looks better. So the AirPods Pro 3, the iPhone 13, then the MacBook. Okay, the MacBook, I think it has empty coordinates. Then the iPhone 17 Pro, that's the one I'm recording right now myself. The AirPods Max, that one, yeah, that's definitely. Oh no, that's my mom's phone. She works at a kindergarten, by the way. Interesting, okay? Now I remember that's my mom's phone. Because you have iCloud family sharing, that's why it appears. Interesting. And the AirPods Pro, AirPods 4, that I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's it actually. So, to summarize it all, what do we have? Am I recording this? No way. Guys, you don't know what just happened. I realized I forgot to record my face. I forgot to click here on record. At least I recorded the screen, I recorded the audio. I wanted to basically have a nice introduction and everything via video, but then the next time. However, to complete what I just said, the Mac version of Studio Pro is very fast, it's smooth, I like it. There are some details to work on, especially the splitting of the pane, some shortcut possibilities, but overall it's great. It's been almost 2 years that the beta is released. I hope at some point we get the stable version very soon, actually, as a Christmas present. Maybe it would be nice, Mendix. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below what topics you would like to know. If you have questions, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time. Cheers.